Oi, oi, oi! It is your boys back with another brand new episode of Undisputed Anime. I am your host, Zane, aka Zane Taicho. As always, I am joined by my fantastic co-host, Mr. Susu Day.
Good evening.
Evening. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you don't know already, we like to talk about anime and manga and everything else in between. This week, we are going to have a look at the results of the Crunchyroll Awards 2022. But before that, Mr. Susude, how are you, by the way?
You know, life sometimes just catches up with you in the most unexpected ways and times, and that's me this week and last week. So, very, very busy IRL at the moment. Don't know about you. Don't know if you're feeling the Asta of February 2022.
It's crazy that we're already in February, dare I say. Like, time.
Yeah,
Time.
I'm not liking this whole getting older and everything moving faster.
None of us have mastered it in the same way as Eren Yeager. Whoa, what a cut there.
Now, you settle down there, lads. You settle down there.
Oh boy. Cool. So, as I say, we're going to talk about the Anime Awards. Should we jump straight into it?
Why not?
Why not?
What's stopping us? Nothing. That's what.
Cool. So I thought it'd be best to start from the bottom and work our way up to the Anime of the Year.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So
starting from the bottom.
Starting from the bottom. Now we're here. I don't think we'll go through all the categories because, let's face it, best VA performance in French we can't really comment on.
I did start watching Free in French the other day, just to see. We finished season 1 of our rewatch, and it came on automatically on Crunchyroll. So I was like, let's find out what these boys sound like in French. Not disappointed.
Yeah.
Not it felt better than listening to the English dub.
Wow, interesting.
But that's I'm not going to air my gripes of the dub of Free. I just feel like maybe they went too hard on one of the characters' voices.
Who was it, out of interest?
Now you've
put me on the spot. It's Rin. I feel like
it's not Rin.
No?
There's the wee blonde boy. What's he called?
Oh, okay. I think I know which one you mean.
I can't remember his name for the life of me now. We got Ray with the glasses. We got Mako with the being tall.
You got Haku.
Haru. Yeah, I got Haru. Who is Nagisa?
Got it.
Nagisa's voice ain't it. Sorry, I really appreciate everything that voice actors do. I think it's a really great line of work. Really love all the talent there. I really just did not like listening to Nagisa talk.
Oh man.
But that's not what we're here for today.
That is not. Did you say you finished season 1, did you?
Partway through season 2.
Oh, nice.
When you and your wife are bored and you're like, let's watch anime, it's like, what should we do? Watch something new or watch something we've already watched? So, rewatching Free. What a treat. What a treat. Great animation. Like, it's just some boys doing some swimming. A lot of sexual tension. Good watching.
Sports anime is peak fiction.
Peak fiction, yes. So yes, let's skip over the voice actor stuff.
Let's talk about best movie or film of the Crunchyroll Awards. Interesting. Excuse me. Interesting lineup. So we got Belle, Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, of course. we've also got Josuke on the mind.
Josie the Tiger and the
Tiger
Fish.
and Slish, yeah. Words Bubble Me Up Like Soda Pop, which I know that's on Netflix, and Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Thrice
Upon a
Upon
Time.
a Time.
Ooh. If you want to get your brain jumbled in a jumble,
Absolutely scrambled.
time to watch an Evangelion movie. That's absolutely.
Nah. Yeah.
I've still not seen Belle yet. I really want to see Belle.
I think it's only just come out here in the UK.
Yeah, it looks really good, like in a kind of in the same sort of way that Paprika was good.
Yeah. It's the same director who did some of our favorite movies, which include Digimon, the movie.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone. You're telling me that this movie that I really want to see has some of the talent that made one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
Does it have any business being one of my favorite movies? I don't think it does, but it is. Just something about Digimon the movie, man.
There is something about that movie, and it's no surprise as well that the director also did a anime movie called Summer Wars. I can't remember the full title,
Yes, Summer Wars,
which also looks like a Digimon movie because it's avatars fighting in a virtual space. Which, no surprise, Belle is about virtual reality and everything else.
Full Dive.
Yeah, I really want to see Belle as well, considering, again, that director has done some magic over the years. What can I say about Mugen Train that's not already been said?
I only wish that I could have seen it for the first time in the cinema. If I could have seen it on the big screen, I would have been very happy because watching it on my TV was a good experience. I can't even imagine what it would have been like to see it on the big screen.
Absolutely. Who did you think ran away with this one?
I've got an idea. This is not because I looked at the list earlier on.
Okay.
So maybe I'm not the best person to say. What do you think? Who do you think?
I think I when I voted for Mugen Train. Just because it was such an enjoyable movie, and it was a breakout sort of movie that year, I guess, in a weird way. Like, looking back on it, we had Sword Art Online as well, which we saw, and we also had My Hero Academia Rescue Mission as well.
Yeah, World Hero Mission. But yeah, I think that of the cinematic titles that came out, Mugen Train probably broke the most records. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I would probably say it's done the best job in a long while of adapting a piece of the original story into a movie, because it didn't feel too stretched out. It was well paced. They took the entire arc, the whole Demon Train arc from the manga, and they, instead of making it into like a whole series, they just went, we're gonna go all out on a movie, and they did it so well. Now I really want to watch it again.
Drum roll is it is Mugen Train. Wow. Mugen Train is the winner of best film,
and well deserved, to be fair.
Absolutely.
I'd be very surprised if it hadn't, to be fair.
Yeah. Nominees for best fantasy. So we've got Jobless Reincarnation, Ranking of Kings, which I know you're a fan of. Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 2. Case Study of Vanitas.
Highly recommend.
I've heard good things about it. I still haven't watched it. It's been on my list for the longest time.
I just got up to date on season 2. I was a bit behind.
Have you?
Yeah, but when I was ill, I rewatched the first season, and and I got caught up just recently on the case study of Antes. I think you'd really like it. I think you really would like it.
Ooh, I
So
can't wait. Your Eternity and Wonder Egg Priority. This is a tough category because there is some heavy hitters in here. With Ranking of Kings, like I know that's blown up massively over the last couple of months.
I think it's very. It's got. I think that people like how charming it is. It's very.
Mhm.
It's a very un-anime like kind of setting. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not setting. It's not. I think I think the way that it is drawn, the way that it's animated, is very unlike anime in the sense that you expect anime to be, and it's more like a Spirited Away or a Howl's Moving Castle. It's that
Yes.
sort of like that's what
Yeah.
we've got at play here.
Yeah, definitely. The animation looks incredible. Like Wit Studio has done some incredible work, especially over the last year with Vivi's song. Was fantastic. Absolutely enjoyed that. But at the same time, Jobless Reincarnation has just
I know that you're a big old fan of that.
it's just been absolutely phenomenal. And we've said it once, we'll say it again. That time I got reincarnated as a slime is a guilty pleasure. Like I've literally been watching it this weekend. Because again, I haven't fully caught up on season 2.
It's
But
Isekai at its finest.
I enjoy it for what it is. Yeah. And of course Your Eternity, I guess nearly a year ago,
If
was
you want to have a
very
cry, if you want to feel sad,
It's the only reason I stopped watching it. I just felt too emotionally exhausted.
it is. There's some heavy emotional play going on with To Your Eternity. I would love it if Vanitas got this, but I don't think that Vanitas got this. So
I don't think they did either. No. With my vote, as you probably pointed out, Jobless was what my vote went towards. Let's have a look to see who won it. Wow, I was not expecting Slime.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, that is obviously the popular one. That's the
Yeah,
the isekai that people are going to be like, yeah, this is because it's so easy entry. It's
yeah,
so just good to watch. With likable, like I think all the characters are likable.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I am surprised by that though. Like, I, like you said though, it's had 2 seasons. It's had a plethora of OVAs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen the list, but there is loads of OVAs for this in between season 1 and season 2. So I guess like there is an audience for it, regardless of how many people say like they don't watch isekais.
Well, people say they don't watch isekais, but they do. I think so. So this is a little bit off topic, but I do think that we've kind of reached in all forms of media, in all forms of entertainment, you eventually reach a kind of a breaking point where people who consume it
Yeah,
start hating on the thing that is the most popular.
sure.
So it's not so much that like that their arguments are like unfounded, because I
No.
do think that like the moment the isekai started getting popular, everyone started trying to make
Yeah,
isekai, and I think that like anime has become a bit saturated in it. But
yeah.
I do think that a lot of people who say that they don't watch isekai are probably a lot of them are they say that they don't watch isekai because they feel like it's too mainstream now.
Sure. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like when someone says like I play like it's like I play like first person shooters, and you're like, oh, you play Fortnite or something like that. It's like
yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean. It's not cool to to have watched these sort of thing.
You
Yeah,
want to watch the like niche little like the breakout animes, don't you? You want to watch the things that like
cutting edge.
no one was watching. Like you started watching it when it was like this small unknown anime, and now
Yeah,
everyone likes it, and you don't like it anymore.
I watched it before it was cool.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how it's always been as we've grown up. Is like through all media.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
people tend to get these like kind of stigmas about things that get too popular. You know,
Hmm.
you just let people enjoy things.
Exactly that. Congratulations to that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Was not when I saw come in. Okay, so nominees for best action. We've had a lot of action this year.
Got some heavy hitters.
Some more heavy hitters. Attack on Titan final season part 1. Of course, we've got Demon Slayer Mugen Train arc. So they did actually animate this into a couple of episodes. We've got Jujutsu Kaisen. We've also got VV's, I can never say that word in between, fluorescent? Fluorite. Eyes Song. We've also got, here's another tricky one to say, SSSSSSS dot Diazon.
Dynazenon.
Dynazenon. It's the
I would
sequel.
go. It's Dynazenon.
It's
Say it
the
like a
sequel,
snake.
like a snake. It's a sequel to Gridman. And then we've got Wonder Egg Priority. Talk to me. What were your favorites out of this lineup?
As you know, I understand. I appreciate Attack on Titan. And I imagine it's probably got some great action scenes in the anime. It had great action scenes in the manga. I've not watched the anime since maybe the beginning of season 2.
Okay.
So I'm not really a good judge there. I know that people have had some gripes about some of the animation looking like it had been simplified.
Yes.
But I don't have much of an opinion on that. Jujutsu Kaisen, phenomenal. Every single action scene was like smooth, well animated, like really well put together, well drawn. Same with Demon Slayer. Absolutely fantastic. Like, and we've obviously raved about it on the show. Just the stylistic choices that they've taken with Demon Slayer in terms of like the breathing techniques and swords, how it's styled heavily after like old Japanese artwork and like painting and stuff like that. Like, I will never not love seeing that, and seeing it in the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. So I know who I think won. I know who I'd want to win. But what about you?
So I've watched 5 out of these 6 nominations. Essentially the 6 that the first 5 that I mentioned. So of course, as you said, Demon Slayer, fantastic. You've also got Jujutsu Kaisen, which was just absolutely phenomenal again. It really had like a breakout year. As I mentioned earlier, Vivi was really great in terms of, in a weird way, it reminded me a lot of. I don't know if you remember, but like a couple of years ago, you would come across these original anime series that were completely compact. So kind of like your Trigon, your Trigun, your Cowboy Bebop's, and everything else. Like, it's just so well fabricated together, and that's what I really liked about this. And the animation, the action was so good. Oddly, I think if anything, this just missed a little bit of heart in a
Oh
weird
yeah.
way. Yeah. So yeah, it's very good. It's beautiful to watch, but there's something about it that doesn't pull you in the same way as some of the others.
Understandable.
And with DNA on, it's really cool. It got a bit. it's really cool. It's just, I guess, a little CG. Is it CG? Of course, it's mechs fighting kaijus, so
That's a winning formula, but if it's done
it
right.
is a women. Yeah, the first couple of episodes, I'd say it took me a while to get into, which is weird coming from Trigger because both of us have loved some of the mech stuff that Trigger has done over the years.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know. It was an odd duck for me. So if I was a betting man, I'd probably put money on Jujutsu Kaisen to win this.
I think I think it's got to be Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah,
I there's a part of me that thinks it could be Demon Slayer, but just because of how beautiful it is. But I think that
yeah,
it's just that some of the fight scenes in Jujutsu Kaisen are so crisp and
yeah,
love it. Like that final episode of the most recent season, like that whole fight scene is just so good. But I
yeah.
went back just to watch that fight scene. Like I skipped the rest of the episode just to watch that fight scene.
Yeah, it's all of it is good, and everyone has like great moments as well. Let's have a look. Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen, they're the winner! Yay! Never doubt Gojo. Never doubt
Never
Gojo.
doubt Gojo.
Nominees for best drama. Best drama. So we've got 8686 by A1 Pictures, Kagei Shoujo, uh,
Yep. To
Your
Your
Eternity,
Eternity.
Fruit Baskets, the final season, Odd Taxi, and Wonder Egg, Priority again.
Of these, I've only seen
Mm,
two of them, which is Fruits Basket and To Your Eternity.
yeah.
I of those, I
Hmm.
would I would absolutely love it if Fruits Basket took home the crown,
Yeah,
but I think that it's just a bit too shoujo for a broader audience. And
sure.
as a result, I would imagine that To Your Eternity would take it. I know that you've watched 8686,
Hmm.
and you're always saying really good stuff about it. I've not gotten around to it. I don't know what Kagaki Shoujo is. Can't
Yeah, me
say.
neither.
And while Odd Taxi is on my list, I've not got
Yeah,
around to watching it yet. So same
okay.
with Wonder Egg.
Yeah. See, I, I don't think I really saw much of Wonder Egg before these nominations. Like, I have to admit, I don't think it was that much on my radar to kind of watch it. Um, so it surprised me that it got nominated so many times. Um, 86, 86, I've really enjoyed. I watched the first season. I started the second, um, and yeah, it's another. It gets compared a lot to Attack on Titan because it's a similar sort of premise. Like there's a race of humans that get treated differently because they're different, and there's a war oddly uh,
Way.
between drones. Like the neighboring country, they have a fight with drones, and the whole premise is that um, the kingdom likes to say we fight against their drones with our own drones, so there's no casualties, there's no loss of life, when actually the kingdom's drones are being piloted by the race known as the 86. So it's kind of like this again, this whole political race commentary thing. Um, so yeah, and the characters are really, of course, you fall in love with them and everything else. But of course, it's a piece about war, so it's an anime about war. So yeah, um, it's yeah. I My heart says 86. My head says probably Odd Taxi because I know there's been a lot of people talking about that, and rightly so. Like from the episodes I saw, it's very multi-layered and very intriguing in that respect.
Well,
Should we find out?
I would love to find out.
Oh, it's your eternity.
And with all the tears that involves, I have to say it's well earned.
Well deserved, yeah. Oh, cute. There you go. Congratulations to your eternity. What were you going to say?
I was just yawning.
Okay.
So sorry about that. Don't have anything poignant to say.
Well, I hope you don't yawn for this next bit because this
Well,
is
absolutely not.
nominees for best fight scene. Oh, man. So we've got Eren Yeager versus the Warhammer Titan in Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1.
That was pretty special in the manga, so I imagine it was pretty special in the anime.
It was good in the anime. Again, a lot of the criticisms around the use of CG models in that fight. We've got
Jujutsu Kaisen, Yuji and Todo
Thank you.
versus Haname or Haname.
We've
Fantastic fight. Oh, so good.
That fight's amazing.
Boogie woogie.
We've also got Dragon Maids. We've got Naruto versus is it Ishiki
Ototsuki. Yes.
Otsutsuki for
Great.
Baruto Next Generations.
Absolutely great fight. That's when you really know you've pushed the Hokage to the brink.
What makes me laugh is like how many people were saying like Baruto is carrying this year, and it's kind of like no, like just because the king came back doesn't mean like. Anyways, I won't say any more than that. We got another Jujutsu Kaisen entry.
Midori and Nobara.
Yeah,
That's the fight. That's the fight I keep talking about. That's the one I've gone back like 2 or 3 times just to watch that fight scene.
Surprisingly, this is what I was thinking of earlier as well, because it's not so off. Like, I think the best thing about this fight is that you get to see a woman fight that doesn't rely on the male pro to kind of like, you know,
she is
the fight.
absolutely insane. She's just
she holds her own just as much, even though her power set is completely different. Amazing. And obviously, there's the scene where the butterfly and the rose sort of tattoo effect goes up, and she looks insane. It's so cool.
Oh, so good.
And then we've got Vivi again.
This is the fight scene that's always shown up over the TikTok, isn't it? This particular fight scene.
It's probably the longest fight scene in the series.
Well,
yeah. So, if you were voting, which one would you vote for?
I would vote for the Yuji and Nobara team.
Yeah, that's the one I went with.
But I'm gonna cop out, be a complete cop out and say I think that Jujutsu Kaisen has won. And to get my sneaky 2 in.
I wouldn't be surprised if Naruto. I couldn't say it's Naruto who wins, but it's him in the fight. I wouldn't be surprised because it's almost one of those things that everyone's been dying to see. Is like another sort of Hokage fight since the movie, I guess, because they very much Professor X'd him and Sasuke since the movie, right?
Well, you need to watch it to find out.
I tried to.
Well, you're clearly watching all the bad bits and not the good bits.
Yeah.
I gave you a list. I
know. I found a list online as well. Told me all the filler episodes. Okay. Shall we find out?
Yes.
Oh, there's
Great
the
fight.
winner.
That teamwork, that comradeship, so good.
For those who are listening, it's Yuki and Todo versus Hanami. Yeah, great fight. Of course,
It's
we
good
get
chemistry.
the chemistry. Yeah, and I guess it's the clap, isn't it? The whole idea that they clap and they switch positions and
Yeah,
stuff. It's
his
really
I
cool.
think his whole power set, his whole like jutsu is so interesting that
Mm,
he can, when he claps, he causes anything that he wants to switch places, and how
yeah,
he uses that in the fight to bring out Yu's like all his potential in that fight, because he obviously acknowledges like this kid is like a prodigy when it
yeah.
comes to fighting, like, and he was able to bring that out of him in that fight. So good. I'm really pleased to hear that.
This is also the best friend bit, isn't it? Like I've
Yeah,
just
my
remembered. Like
best friend.
that's the whole thing. Like my best friend. Or fantastic, great choice. What we got up next? Ooh, this is this is
Spoiler alert.
nominees for best villain. So best villain, we've got Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. We've got Tomura from My Hero Academia season 5. Yano from Odd Taxi. Adam from Skate the Infinity. We've also got Ichinara, if that's how you pronounce it
Echidna.
correctly. Echidna, sorry. Zero from ReZero, season 2. And then we've got Tetsuya Kizaki from Tokyo Revengers. Excuse me.
Now, Skate the Infinity is something that I've had no inclination to watch, but every now and then I see a clip from it and I think maybe I should watch it
Yeah,
because
exactly the
it
same.
looks absolutely insane.
Apparently, it's a real unsung hero. Like, it's just completely under the radar. And yeah, from what I've heard and seen, it's actually pretty decent.
Is it one of those things where it's like it takes a level of drama that should not be associated with its subject matter, and it inserts all this drama that has no business being there?
A bit like a volleyball anime that we always talk about. Maybe. Uh, yes. Uh, Eren Yeager, it was a great start to that season with him having that conversation with Reiner and, yeah, finally self prophesizing being the villain and such. So that was really cool. My Hero Academia season 5, where we actually get to see Tomura finally embrace his past and take over the. It's not the league.
Mantle.
It's
He takes over
the rebellion. Not the rebellion.
We
I
all
can't
know
think
what
of
you're
it.
saying. We all know what you're saying. We've
They do
seen
that
it.
weird thing on their forehead, don't they? Like that.
Hmm. I can't
Um,
remember the name now,
yeah.
but it was, yeah, that was cool. I think that as antagonist, though, it
Mm.
was expected that he would get that to that point. So I think that if he were to win,
Hmm.
which I'm pretty sure he doesn't, um, that it would be too obvious, because he's not like that he's a bad villain. It's just that everyone's expecting him to do exactly what he does in the story.
Yeah, it's a really weird because it becomes My Hero. No, sorry,
My
My Villain
villain.
Academia for a split second, and it's a, for me. It felt like reading it. It felt a lot like the whole sort of Sasuke arc,
Mm.
where it's him fighting Danzo, which is obviously a greater evil and such. But it's kind of like I don't really want to root for this guy because he's supposed to be the bad. Like,
Yeah, no, I think that this just makes him more of the bad guy. Like,
yeah,
I think the shining factors of the whole arc that happens are the people around him,
mm,
not him himself.
absolutely. Like twice,
Yeah,
and
like Twice and
com-
just all of
uh,
them, in fact, all of
yeah.
them just like they get their moment to shine a little bit in that arc. Um,
Mm,
but when it came to a character like Eren, Like,
Yeah.
obviously, like I said, I'm not singing the praises of like Attack on Titan like a lot of people are, but
Mhm.
I will admit when I was reading the manga and it got to that point, and then all of a sudden Eren is the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's how you do a twist.
Mm.
That's you turn the hero. You have the hero live long enough to become the villain, don't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing with Kiseki from Tokyo Revengers is it's almost, how do I explain this without giving too much away? I guess because it's to do with time travel and like because he's almost like an opposing force for the main hero, and he's a dangerous like villain. Like no matter the time jump or whatever, he's always like one step ahead, and it's with sort of dire consequences. I think that's what makes him such a cool villain in a weird way. Because again, even with the aid of time travel, you can't really see what his next move is.
Scary.
Yeah, yeah. Which I think makes him a cool villain. Uh, Out of these, can I ask who you voted for or would have voted for?
I would have probably voted for, despite my general feelings about it, I think that Eren will win. Like I said, like that twist
Yeah,
is like that part of the story is just great. Like getting to it, seeing the betrayal on people on on the reader's face when your screen goes black and I saw my face. It's like that's a twist.
yeah.
That's
That was
deserving of an
delicious.
antagonist. So,
Yeah, let's have a look. Aaron Yeager.
and
Cool.
obviously, much to everyone's pleasure as well, Eren went away. Not only did he come back as the bad guy, but he also came back like mega hot.
Yeah, that's one thing, isn't it? Like, grew out his hair, got lean, got abs.
Yeah, came back like with one leg missing, and then he grew his leg back. That's
Just to kick Rainer's ass.
how you do it.
That's, that's how you do it. What do we have here? Nominees for Best Hero.
Best
So
protagonist. This was the
we've got,
funniest thing about the whole Crunchyroll Awards. Like they really just went and did it. They really went and did it there, and then
they did, yeah. So first up was Eren Yeager, of course, from Attack on Titan. We got Joe from Mega Bloks 2 Nomad. Uh, we've got, is it Boji
Boji.
from Ranking of Kings? We've got Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen. We've got Oda from Odd Taxi, and we've got Aya Ohoto from Wonder Egg Priority.
Well, Boji deserves to win, but did he win?
um,
Look at that young Goku face energy he's got.
yeah, yeah. I got a feeling. I think I may have chose Yuji for this one when I voted.
I think
Um,
I'd like Yuji to win. His
yeah,
story's a really fun character. Uh,
yeah.
so
Let's
yeah,
have a look.
just go for it.
Oh wow, Odd Taxi.
That is very unexpected.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but yeah, surprised. Interesting.
But imagine if Eren had also won
Yeah,
that.
I know. Best hero, best villain. I think that would say a lot about our society.
That's it. That's it there. That's the stuff.
Nominees for best character design. So,
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen, Odd Taxi, Ranking of Kings, Skate the Infinity. Of course, we've got VV again and Wonder Egg Priority.
I think that this is as a a category for an award, this
Mhm.
is, while it's a good category, I think it's a
Mm.
difficult one to talk about on a podcast,
Yeah.
because you need to know because there is also referring to particular characters within.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, no,
Exactly.
it's referring to like the studios and stuff like that. But I think that like you need to be able to kind of really picture it, don't you? But,
Yeah. At the
but I
same
know
time,
I've not watched Skate the Infinity, and Skate the Infinity looks great. It
yeah,
does look really good.
exactly. Yeah. And I think the other thing as well is like they all have like their own individual designs. Of course they do, but they have like their own sort of, for example, Jujutsu Kaisen looks so different compared to the likes of um
Odd Taxi.
Odd Taxi, yeah. Odd Taxi has a nice simplistic style to it, where Jujutsu Kaisen is very sharp in its sort of line work and such, which again is to its benefit, sort of thing. Yeah, I think it's a really difficult one to kind of.
Yeah, all of these have got their own charm in their own way. So I
Mm,
think like character design is one of those really subjective things as well. I think that
exactly.
this is a good thing to discuss, but it's also a
Mm,
very difficult thing to kind of like if you put a load of people in a room, you're going to be hard
yeah,
pressed to find people who've got the same like style choice, like design, like ideas.
and
So
tastes and yeah,
I mean, like
exactly.
we often compare Jujutsu Kaisen and Odd Taxi, but like you throw Ranking of Kings in there, and like that is like such a stark difference
Mm,
to
yeah,
anything else on that list. And then you look at something like VV or Wonder Egg, and you see that's like a very they've got both got very beautiful,
hmm,
well drawn like styles. Kind of
yeah.
difficult this one. So who do
Yeah.
I don't even know if I could say who. I don't even know if I could guess who would win this one. But it was Jujutsu
Jujutsu
Kaisen with
Kaisen.
Tadashi Hiramatsu,
Mm, there we
champion.
go. Let me
What
know
are we
if you
looking
want me
into?
to.
Well, we got to have a look at best girl and best boy.
Yeah, let's have
Yeah,
a look at this girl. So we have. Oh,
was that
am I
you?
still connected? Yeah, I think so. I think something disconnected and reconnected.
Oh no.
Uh, we should be fine. Nominees for Best Girl. So we've got Velena from 8686. We've got Nobura from Jujutsu Kaisen. We've got Komi from Komi Can't Communicate. We've got
Toru Honda, best girl.
Honda from Fruits Basket. Uh, Wanabe from
Kageki
uh,
Shoujo.
Kageki Shoujo. And Aya Oto from Wonder Egg.
Well, we should speed through these ones because I don't think we're that invested. But I am interested to know who won.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
Let's give it to me. Well,
Nobura.
deserved Jujutsu
Yeah.
Kaisen. Um, and I
I
think that's I wouldn't say it's an unexpected choice, but I would definitely say she's not the typical best
yeah.
girl
Yeah.
like archetype. She's obviously she's very like sadistic,
Yeah.
but not in like kind of a tsundere sort of way. She's kind of like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
she knows what she
A
wants. She's a very
strong
strong personality.
yeah, strong characteristics. Um I'm surprised. Like I honestly thought, considering how much Comey Can't Communicate has blown up and over the last few months, um and again it's only been around I'd say like the anime's only been around for the last couple of months. I would have thought this would have probably been where a majority of the votes have gone. Uh, the fact that it's gone to Nobara,
The heart wants what the heart wants.
exactly, yeah, that's really cool. Really, really cool. I'm glad.
Give us the
Best
best boy.
boy.
Who is it?
Uh, so the nominations are we've got Senku from Doctor Stone. We've got Odd Taxi again. We've got Ken Draken from Tokyo Revengers. We've also got Mikey from Tokyo Avengers.
Two
We've
best
got
boys.
Boji from Ranking of Kings, and we've got Izumi from, is that Horimiya?
Horimiya is a. I've been meaning to watch
It's
the
a
anime, but
romance.
it is. I've been meaning to watch the anime, but I don't. It's not on Crunchyroll. It's on other stuff.
Hmm.
It's a lovely, light-hearted romance. I've been reading the manga for years. It's a lot of fun.
The
Really
manga
nice.
looks really good. Like
It's
I've always
really good. I
picked
think
it up.
I think you'd enjoy it. I think you really enjoy
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I have to admit, when I voted for this one, I did vote for Draken from Tokyo
Your
Revengers.
heart is with Tokyo Revengers at the moment. Really. You're invested in those characters.
Yeah, just a little bit.
See, I would have chosen Senku, but that's because I'm invested currently in Dr. Stone.
Not Stone. Yeah, makes
So
sense. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Boji from
give us
Ranking of
that young
Kings.
Goku energy.
That Dragon Ball vibe.
Yes, he's got the innocence and strength of heart of someone who should have the Dragon Balls.
Got it. Nice. Congratulations. Do you want to see best ending and opening?
I would like to see them. Yes. Okay.
Ooh. Demon Slayer won it out of a category of Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Infinity Skate, sorry.
Beastars.
Beastars, wow.
So I'm a spider now. So what?
Spiders, what? Yeah. And then Shadow House. Interesting.
Okay. What about opening sequences?
Opening Attack on Titan. Oh yeah, because this is war song, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is what's been what has blown up on like social media in the last like year. Like if there's like an anime related like format, it's like halftime got that opening scene at
Well,
the music.
you say that, like I remember seeing the Jujutsu Kaisen opening loads of times before I actually got around to watching the anime. Like, I would have honestly thought that would have got it. And it's so many AMVs made out of that as well.
Attack on Titan's just got that sticking power though. People just love Attack on Titan. I don't know why.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's peak fiction because we all know that's JoJo.
That's what we should have. Stone Ocean's opening sequence should be the winner. Justice for Jolene.
Yeah, justice for Jolene. Hashtag. In this category, we also had Odd Taxi. We had Beastars again. We had Dragon's Maid S, and we also had Crybaby from Tokyo Revengers. I wouldn't say that's so much of a bop compared to JJK.
Well, as experts on anime opening sequences, please see our Bleach opening tier list.
Nice.
We are looking for a blot. We're looking for a bop when we have an opening sequence.
Absolutely. My car playlist needs a new bop. Okay, so best animation, we've got Demon Slayer Mugen Train, Dragon Maid S, VV Song, we've got JJK, Jobless Reincarnation, and Wonder Egg Priority. And the winner was Demon Slayer Mugen Train.
Really well deserved. That whole thing was a spectacle.
It's fantastic. Again, I'm surprised not Jobless Reincarnation.
You love Jobless. Maybe one day you'll sell me on Jobless Reincarnation.
It's such a, like, the animation in that is absolutely phenomenal, especially around like the water as well. I see we're getting a few comments about some of these awards. Just to jump in quickly,
Coming at me about my opinions on Attack on Titan.
we've got GWorm21 just saying deserving. They also mentioned Jujutsu Kaisen should have won. That's a fair point. Like, they had a killer year. But then again, the card was stacked. Demon Slayer is in there. There's some heavy hitters, regardless.
Absolutely.
Cool. So, nominees. This is it. Nominees for Anime of the Year.
Do you have a drum roll queued up, by the way?
I don't. The only two things I've got is
Yeah.
and I've got a wow for the winner. So nominees for Anime of the Year, we've got 8686 from Studio A1 Pictures.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Jujutsu Kaisen from Mappa. We've got Ranking of Kings from from Wit Studio. I always read that backwards. We've got Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1, also from Mappa. Odd Taxi from Pix. And we've got Sunny Boy from Madhouse. How are you feeling about this?
I know who I want to win, but I know who I think will probably win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, those who are watching on YouTube, I want to see who you think will win in the chat, by the way. Go on.
I would love for Jujutsu Kaisen to win. I really enjoyed what they did with it.
Mm-hmm.
Really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it enough to watch it a couple of times. So that's saying something. Usually I just watch an anime and then I'm done with it for a couple of years and then I go back to it. But there's a big part of me that thinks that the obvious choice is gonna win.
What's the obvious choice?
Attack on Titan.
Okay.
People talk about it too highly for it to not have won Anime of the Year.
Here's my hot take on that. I think
the
last, well, I would say, like, this is essentially season 4, right?
Yeah,
because season 1 was absolutely phenomenal, and for some people, it may have even been like their first anime, because it's one of those animes that you don't have to have, known shonen or shoujos or anything else. Like, you could go in entry level sort of thing. Same with Death Note, shall we say?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But there was such a big gap between season 2 and then season 3 is, I wouldn't say it's boring, because you have the whole Kenny arc. But yeah, exactly. But then I don't think it's had this same level of, like, excitement around it since the first season.
I would agree.
And just because it's just, I guess, plot wise, is something that we never saw come in since the first season.
No one saw it. Not even people reading the manga. Nobody foresaw this.
Yeah, where Jujutsu Kaisen has just kind of like flipped the script on, like, the classic shonen type. It's kind of like, you thought you knew what shonen was. Here's
the dark triad.
Let me turn it up to 11. An 86, like I said before, it's I guess, in a weird way, it's a watered down Attack on Titan, which sounds terrible, but it's not. It's a nice cup of tea.
I do like tea.
Yeah, to opposed to the strong coffee that is Eren Yeager.
That's a very strong coffee.
The dark espresso, one shot.
His intensity levels only go past 15.
Okay. Let's find out. Here we go. Anime of the Year goes to Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan final season, part 1. Well done to Mappa, considering they had such a hard time with some of the CG choices that they went with. But it worked in their favor.
But the only reason they had that trouble is because they're animating so many world-class series at the moment. They've got a lot on their plates.
Yeah, cut them a break. Like, to be fair, it got dropped by the last studio, didn't it? Attack on Titan. So the fact that it got picked up for the final season by a different studio was crazy altogether.
Yeah.
Let alone a studio that had enough on its plate with bloody Jujutsu Kaisen and everything else.
They got Chainsaw Man.
Yes,
they got so much. They got too much.
They got Hell's Paradise as well.
It's honestly like they got really popular all of a sudden because of the quality of their work, and then every single producer was like, "I want Mappa for the job," and the big shots at Mappa just went, "Don't say no to any of them.
We need the work.
We need to be at the top of this pyramid."
Yeah, and they got their crown. They got the crown.
At least in Crunchyroll's hearts.
Yeah.
Hime-sama is pleased.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well then, what a turn of events! Anime of the year went to Attack on Titan.
I think did Attack on Titan win the most awards? Just generically across the board.
Ooh. Possibly. Quite possibly.
I'm gonna have a quick flick through. I think it's going to be a mixture between us two.
There's that and Demon Slayer, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Attack on Titan have probably swept the boards when it came to awards here.
It felt very much like
even Eren Yeager's on Best Romance. Would you believe? No.
Really?
No, I'm joking. Eren Yeager for Best Girl. Eren Yeager for Best Comedy. Best voice actor performance, Eren Yeager.
The Japanese I've just seen. I've just seen that. There he is. Gabby was in that nominees as well. Look at that.
Gabby! But yes. Nothing will ever beat Russian Tanjiro in my heart.
Just having a quick look at the Best VA Performance English. I'm actually no. I am surprised that Adam MacArthur didn't win it for
UG.
Yeah. Just knowing the fact that he I don't know if you saw this. So in the dub, they ask him what sort of women he likes, and he says he said like Jennifer Lawrence. I think on TikTok or one of the social medias, Adam McCarthy said he didn't feel that was faithful and changed it to Megan the Stallion.
As you can see it on, I can see on Twitter right now. To Matthew, my name's Yuji Itadori. I'm into girls like Megan the Stallion. Well, fair point. Fair point. Good. It was a good awards, and it was another good year for anime. And I hope it continues into 2022.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. It's been a phenomenal year, and this year looks like it's just going to be just as crazy, really. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, it's probably fair to point out here as well. I'll be attending the Anime and Gaming Con in London this weekend, which is Saturday, the 12th of February.
I didn't
So
think you were allowed in London after what happened last time.
That's a joke. Also,
Is it? What happened at the Tate Modern? He's at the Tate Modern.
So yeah, if you happen to be going to Anime and Gaming Con, feel free to say hello. It'd be great to meet some of the listeners of the show. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast platform, of course, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, share it with your friends and all that jazz. It helps the channel in a big bad way. Mr. Susude, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Watch lots of anime this year, people. Lots of good anime. Watch all the anime that people tell you not to watch.
Yeah.
Watch the stuff that you've wanted to watch, but people said maybe don't watch it. Make your own judgment on whether it's good or not.
Absolutely.
Don't let people keep you from things that you might enjoy.
Definitely. Or else you'll never live a true happy lifestyle.
Yeah, you got to make your own judgments on whether or not the media you consume is worth your time.
True. Great final words, by the way.
I am full of wise words.
Make sure to stick it here with Undisputed Anime. We've got lots going on. Follow us, of course, here on YouTube, again on your favorite podcast platform, as well as Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We'll be doing some more videos there. And make sure to check out my channel, Zane Chaicho. I've recently done a stream on Pokemon Legends. I can't say that word either. Arceus. So feel free to check that out. I've got a video coming up recapping anime of 2021 and manga as well. So yeah, loads of bits and pieces. So make sure you're locked in and subscribe here for all the bits and pieces we got going on.
A demon has just visited my room, so
cool. I got it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Catch you later.
Ciao for now.